This is a story based on real events narrated by Dr. Abdul Rahman Al-Kilani, who is one of the famous orthopedic surgeons in Qasr Al-Aini. He says, I am from a rich family. I got my master's and doctorate from Cambridge University in England. Chose to specialize in orthopedic sciences. I have lived in England for more than 10 years, after which I returned to Egypt and was appointed as the teacher of orthopedic surgery in Qasr Al-Aini. I was frank and I do not accept any pretenses. I also did not like joking and unruly behavior. I was traditionally a Muslim who fasted in Ramadan, offered prayers, recited the Holy Quran, and performed the holy pilgrimage. I got married to my cousin and we did not have a child for 10 years. I left no stone unturned to consult the doctors, including those practicing domestically or internationally, but then I surrendered to Allah's will. I was invited to a conference on the orthopedic surgery from Assuit University. So I boarded the train and took along my research papers. In the train, a passenger came and sat beside me. His face revealed his piety. He was leaning on a walking stick with one hand and holding a kid with another. After a while, he started reciting some prayers and chants. I felt a bit disturbed and I found it hard to concentrate on my study. It seems that the man also felt this and he said to me with a smile, "Did my voice bother you?" And I chose to be frank and told him, yes, it did. He apologized and then continued with his prayer in a muffled voice. Then he went into a deep sleep and I heard him talking in a soft voice. And peace be upon you, O Master, the Prophet of Allah. I heard and I have obeyed. May Allah bless you with all the goodness. No one heard this except me. I thought, O Lord, this man was in deep sleep and he does not seem pretentious, so maybe he saw a pleasant dream. Then the man woke up and his face was glowing. He softly told his child that Dr. Abdul Rahman Al-Kilani is with us on the train and he will perform my surgery tomorrow. That phrase shocked me greatly. Was it a dream and a vision in the future? So I told him, I am Dr. Abdul Rahman Al-Kilani. He started tapping on the floor with his stick and reciting the prayers for the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. So I asked him, perhaps it is the messenger of God who informed you of this. He replied quickly, yes. Him and the Holy Prophet has sent a message for you, saying that look after Sheikh Razi well. Then I asked him, did the Holy Prophet told you that I will operate on you tomorrow? He replied, yes, and he, peace be upon him, has sent a sign for you. He told me that yesterday you were standing beside your wife in a street's corner and you raised your hand in prayer, that Allah may bless you with a child just like he blessed Zechariah, peace be upon him, with Yahya. Then your hands dropped to the cup of hot tea which burned your hand and the cup fell on the road. My eyes dried up, my hands froze and my throat dried up and I started trembling. I touched my hand that was burned and I found myself getting lost in front of an ordinary man. I don't know how my ego flared up suddenly. I am a graduate of Cambridge University and possessed this membership of the Royal College of Surgeons, and I was kneeling down, teary eyes, kissing the man's hand in reverence among all the people who were watching us. He then touched my head and told me that he had good news from the Holy Prophet for me. Allah has accepted your prayers and he will bless you with twins, Muhammad and Yahya. I immediately took out my phone to call my friend who was the head of the hospitals in Assuit. I told him to book a room in the name of Sheikh Razi where I will operate on him tomorrow and I will bear all the expenses. After the conference, I switched off my phone and entered the operation theater where I successfully performed the operation. Then one of my friends came and said that my wife had called 10 times but my phone was switched off. So I immediately called her back and she shouted, "Oh Abdul Rahman, I am pregnant. I was feeling pain in my side today. So I went to the hospital where I was tested for pregnancy and thanks to Allah, I turned out to be pregnant." I smiled and I saw the face of Sheikh Razi in front of me and I said to her, "I know and also that you are pregnant with twins and that you will give birth to Muhammad and Yahya." And from that day I regularly offer my prayers on time, offering the Fajr prayer in mosque. I used to offer several prayers together due to the workload. I also operate on poor free of cost and how content I am with these changes. After a few months, my wife gave birth to twins who we named Muhammad and Yahya. They are 5 years old now and offer prayers with me and memorizing a lot from the Quran thanks to God.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اركعوا واسجدوا واعبدوا ربكم وافعلوا الخير لعلكم تفلحون وجاهدوا في الله حق جهاده هو اجتباكم وما جعل عليكم في الدين من حرج ملة أبيكم إبراهيم هو سماكم المسلمين من قبل وفي هذا ليكون الرسول شهيدا عليكم وتكونوا شهداء على الناس فأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة واعتصموا بالله هو مولاكم فنعم المولى ونعم النصير.